Chris.
That's me.
You're here in spirit. I still can't punch you. But
hold on, should I make myself look like a spirit? I could do that real quick. I could be see-through right now. You want me to be see-through? Nah, I won't be see-through. Fine, go ahead.
so
I'm sorry.
what?
You're saying? Go on.
Oh, what?
I'm like ready to dodge your punch here.
Oh, okay. Pow. Pow. Boom.
Ow. Gotcha.
We're doing classic blend. I think this is 99.
It's a classic
games.
Blend. Video games 99.
We're gonna smush a couple games together.
Yeah, so stay tuned.
Yeah. You stay tuned too. Oh, you meant them.
I did, yeah.
Never mind. Papers.
We have papers. We have games. Ken, we have not done a classic blend. It's been a minute.
It's been a while.
It has been a while. These
That's
are
fine.
fun. Yes, if you're listening or you're watching, I wanted this to just be a little, normally we do a little something different for the podcast version, but I just wanted a little something different in the feed. Just, you know what? Just
Hey,
man.
Hey, let's get on with the show.
All right, classic blend. We've got 2 games each. We don't know what they are to each other, and then we're going to find out, and we're going to mash them together, and we're going to make a brand new game. So, bibbity boppity boop. Here we go. I go first. Ken. See through. Oh, we're also streaming this live in case you didn't know. So we have a friend with us. What's up, D-Dub?
All right.
Okay.
Tell me what you got.
I got Robotron 2084 for the arcade.
Oh, awesome.
Did you get the same one?
No.
Imagine you get the same one.
No.
That would have been really cool, though.
No.
What did you get?
Unfortunately, Chris, I got The Adventures of Dr. Franken for the Super NES.
All right, so I'm just gonna go right now. I'm just gonna leave. All right, you don't mind. All right, hey man, it's that's fine. That's fine. We'll be able to, maybe hopefully do something. All right, so let me tell you a little about Robotron. Now you seem like you knew Robotron.
I love Robotron. I had this on the 7800.
You did. Okay, so
Pro system.
So okay,
to
right.
you.
Right.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about the arcade version because it was the original. It's the OG version of it.
Yeah, nice.
So if you don't know what this is, back in 1982, you have Eugene Jarvin and Larry Demar. These dudes decided to create a game based off of remember the novel 1984? Okay. Remember the arcade game from 1980 called Berserk?
Mm-hmm.
It was a multi-directional shooter. That's what this game is, man. It's a multi-directional shooter where, this is published by William Electronics. And, dude, it's 2-stick control scheme. They wanted to make it, it's basically, it's what do they call them now? Twin stick shooters is what it is. You basically, you had to, it was 2084 Cybernetic Revolt, and you had to fight robots that turned against humans. You've had to save humans, and you had to rack up points. That's basically the whole game. There's some game footage you're looking at now on the screen. So if you want to see what that looks like. And man, that's basically it. It was a multi-directional arcade shooter, man.
It rarely gets any better than that. And the thing is, it actually was the predecessor to like Smash TV.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
Smash
there really
TV
wasn't.
And then Total Carnage after that.
I love Total Carnage. That was
yeah.
fun.
It kind of ballooned into that years gone by. But I'll tell you, Smash TV was great. Robotron was great. Played it in the arcades from time to time. It was kind of like, it was an older game by the time we were in the arcades.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It was one of the classic ones. So it wasn't like G.I. Joe. It wasn't like
Street
it
wasn't
Fight,
the ones that
Final
we
Fight,
came
stuff
up
like
with.
that.
But, yeah.
However, Smash TV was in the arcades. I remember that.
I remember that.
Out back in the
day.
day.
Yeah, definitely.
So when you saw like the classic Robotron, I mean, it was a little bit more basic. And like I said, I had it on the 7800, and the shooting definitely was not the same because it didn't have the twin sticks.
Right. Yeah.
Didn't have the twin sticks.
Yeah,
so it was a little bit more challenging on the system, but I remember that was my first exposure to it.
I gotcha.
Probably about, I guess, 85-ish. When I did get that, maybe 86.
Okay. Yeah, well, obviously it was released later for the 5600, 7800, the Commodore, Apple.
Gosh, everything.
Yeah,
it was on like the Williams Arcade Greatest Hits, like collections for PlayStation, things like that. So.
DW in the chat says he had Robotron for 360 and only got a 50 out of 200 gamer score. Hey, you know what?
It's a tough one.
It's
a really tough one.
Dude, wave 3, because, so the enemies come in waves, right? Every level is a wave, so you have to clear a wave. And there are some of those, like...
Right?
Exactly. And there's some enemies that are just, you don't kill. They're just big blocks with legs and arms, and you don't kill them. They're just in the way.
Yeah, they're Hulks or something like that.
The Hulks. Then you have the jerks that just, they throw, like, stars at you, and those things chase you. You'll see in the gameplay. I died so many times by walking into one of those.
But it's such a challenge, though. It's like that is the epitome of get the high score.
Yep.
A game like that, it takes skill. It's not a button masher. It's not like you can win accidentally or anything like that. Yeah. It is straight, pure skill.
Yeah. All right, tell me about
Franken, though.
What's it called?
It is not. Dr. Franken, The Adventures of Dr. Franken on the Super NES, published by DTMC. Made by Motive Time, I think it was. It was a Game Boy game that came out in 1992. All right, they decided, you know what? Let's put this on the Super NES a year later.
No good.
Let me tell you. Check it out below. You're looking at it. You play as Frankie. You know what? I'm gonna read you the back of the box. You're gonna like this. Right. You ready? Frankie and his girlfriend, Bitsy, have decided to take a vacation. Unfortunately, Bitsy does not have a passport. Not to be thwarted, our spare parts hero has a cunning plan.
Whoa.
He dismembers Bitsy. Sorry, dismantles, it says here. I like dismembers better. Packages her up into parts and mails them to their vacation destination. Where?
Transylvania?
What?
I don't know. Where
do you think?
Transylvania?
New York City. They're from Transylvania, right?
Oh.
New York City, with predictable results. The combination of Frankie's lack of brain cells and the incompetence of the Transylvanian post office has scattered Bitsy across the globe. And so, the adventure begins. Ellipsis. So...
what do
you think about that?
Well, you didn't even tell me that Frankie's
he's a
robot.
Monster. What?
So he's not a robot. You said dismantles.
Frankenstein's monster.
Okay, so his girlfriend's what? Betsy? The Bride of Frankenstein is Bitsy?
Yep. He hacked her up, pulled her apart, and mailed pieces to New York City, and they went all over the world because the post office is inept.
So you have to go and find...
You're going around the world trying to find her parts to put her back together again.
Gross. And what's the gameplay?
Honestly, it's not that. It's a great concept.
Yeah.
The gameplay, platformer, you're punching, you're kicking, you're doing things. It's not good. It's very floaty. Like I said, as you can see, it's very floaty, non-responsive. Your character's a little bit bulky. It's not fun.
So this is it's a platform.
It's a platformer.
Beat 'em up platformer.
So yeah. All right. So that's what you get. All right.
Okay. All right. So we need to mash these things together. We're gonna blend them.
And you know what I thought was, you know what? Like as I think about it, and I'm about to say something, like something else pops into my head, but I was thinking like you're a little Robotron dude, and you're shooting the Frankensteins or whatever like that. But what if you are Frankie, right?
Mm-hmm.
And something about like the pieces of the you ever play Food Fight?
Mm-hmm.
Atari game Food Fight, right?
Yeah.
You're running around the screen and you go to pick up the food, you're throwing it at the guys, and you have to try to get to the ice cream cone before it melts at the other side of the screen.
Right.
Right. I'm going this way, but for you guys, it's that way.
Yeah. Right.
So it was a fun game where you actually like picked up the pies or the peas or whatever, and you threw them at, the little chefs that were coming after you, and you got to the ice cream cone. Great game. Again, I had it on the Atari 7800.
Right.
But I was thinking like, what if you were Frankie in that kind of Robotron. I mean, it wasn't necessarily like Robotron, aside from the static screens that you had in Food Fight, but it was kind of like you could run around, you can shoot things or people trying to get it, and at the end of like the level, you're finding like a piece of her. You're going, instead of like an ice cream cone, you're going to get a piece of her. Dual stick shooter.
Okay, well, hold on. You don't want to just then this is a sequel, because we're not remaking the game, we're making a new game. No. So the victory condition isn't necessarily going to be the same as getting that. So you're saying you want to make another game where he has to find the pieces of his girlfriend.
Well, no, what I'm saying is like, okay, fine. The end of Dr. Franken comes up, which ridiculous title, by the way, because so Frankenstein was the doctor, not the monster. Right. And it's called Dr. Franken, and your name is Frankie. It's stupid. Yeah. There was a sequel, actually, in 97 on the Game Boy. So, whatever. But what I'm saying is, yeah, her parts can go away again. Like, yeah, he tried to do it again because he's a dimwit. He tried to do it again, mailed him to L.A., here we go. Now all of a sudden,
All right, hold on. Let me.
Pieces are scattered around, being guarded by scientists, and you got to shoot the scientists with nuts and bolts.
Let me try. Okay, hold on. DW says he played Llamatron,
nice,
which is a Robotron clone. Oh, there's probably a billion of them, right? Hold on. All right, let's think about this for a second. Forget the pieces and the parts and stuff. Why don't we have first of all, what's the character's name? Is that his name, Robotron?
I think it was just Robotron. I don't.
That's
not
the dude. Why don't we why can't we have him and Frankie team up?
So a 2-player?
It could be 2-player, or you can swap. And I don't think maybe we should be searching for parts. That's a little pedestrian, Ken. All right, we're going from a game that you're defending the world against crazy robots to finding pieces of a lady. Nah, we're gonna.
Yeah, but you're
no, saving the world. We're saving the world, Kenneth. We have to save the world.
All right. Can we call it like Frankentron though?
Yes, we can call it Frankentron 2085. It's just the next year, but I say we got to save the world. Okay, you got to save the world now. I like the collection of things to build something. So every level, now I don't say there be waves. I mean, there could be waves, but after each wave, it's hard because a wave and a level are really not the same thing. A level is you progress to a point, start to end, you get something. A wave is just survive. So
yeah. So you want to do waves?
No, because I don't think it works well for gaming. I think you need to have like a level.
All right, I can't. Well, those were levels back in the day.
Well, I understand. What if you did this? What if we did this? Level, and then a wave at the end. Combine the two, win the level, beat the wave, get your part. The part is for a weapon.
Or I was thinking about the parts. Listen to this concept. You are a monster that obviously comes apart. You have Robotron, the dude from Robotron.
Dude, what was with those? Just like huge, just had like huge glasses or goggles. It was like
I mean, huge, I know, but let's say that he has been.
First of all, are we doing this arcade? Are we gonna? Oh no, on the SNES. We're gonna do it on the Super Nintendo.
We can do it in the arcade or whatever.
But it's gonna be like 32-bit graphics and stuff. Yeah,
in the arcade, that's fine.
Yeah, okay.
So my concept is
still twin stick.
Yes, my concept is you have a monster that can come apart, and we're going to make the Robotron dude a cyborg if he isn't already, and he can come apart. All right. So I think it would be great as instead of building parts of a gun, or which definitely could be part of it. I feel like you can get body parts shot off. And if you get like a leg shot off, you're slower. Now you're hopping around. You get an arm shot off. Now you can only have one gun, stuff like that. And at the end of the level, maybe you're given the opportunity to pick a piece of your body back up, or upgrade a piece of your body, or get a piece of a weapon.
I was gonna say, what if you get a piece of your body shot off? What if and then you destroy enemies? Since they're robots, can't you pick up their parts, put them on, and now you're using their parts?
Well, they're usually blowing up when you're shooting them. Right?
Yeah, but if an arm falls off, you can pick up an arm. Yeah,
around.
But it's a game, so it'll like leave an arm or a leg.
I just feel like there's something to fight for at the end of the wave, instead of it just being like I shot everybody, the next wave comes up.
Okay.
It's like instead now there's something that you're fighting for on that screen, and now it's like kind of like Galaga where your ship gets captured, you shoot the little bug, it comes down, and now you have the two, something along the effect of that. Maybe you could sacrifice an arm. Now your aiming isn't as fast, or you only have one gun, and now you can upgrade that gun now. You can upgrade that arm into something else, something a little bit more powerful. It's just a flesh wound. That's right. You're just hopping around like a torso.
Okay. All right. So you're saying,
what do you think about that?
When does the upgrade happen? At the end, in the middle of the level?
Well, that's what we're saying. Like you're saying, like there should be like a level and then a wave at the end, right?
Yeah. Well, just
I feel like how about this? How about there's a level, right? However you want to define level, or however we want to define level, and then at the end of every level, there's an opportunity, like not a bonus round, but a bonus round. An opportunity at the end of the level that if you do it without getting hit or something like that, you can earn a piece of your body back.
Like getting to the end of the chessboard.
Yes, but if only
checkerboard.
Only if you lost like during the actual level, you lost a part during the level.
Yeah, right.
Like if you can't lose anything during the bonus round, or the wave section, right?
Yeah, right.
Because then it's kind of like, well, now you made it through the level. Now it's kind of like you're challenged now to get through that wave handicapped.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it makes it I feel like it will give you that, because Robotron was tough, man.
It rewards you.
But I'm just saying, yeah, and it gives you that, like, Robotron was tough, so it's like you got to have that.
Yeah. So now it's like, okay, rapid fire. Now you got this arm that can shoot rapid fire, or a laser, and it might be random parts. It might be random, you know?
Okay. Well, now earlier we said something about having both characters. Both characters are similar then in that case, where Frankie doesn't shoot, but he does melee. So
I like that. That's
so
great.
now you have a melee character and you have a ranged character essentially. So if Frankie loses his pieces, you can get reinforced, or you can put robot arms or something.
There you go.
And now you can are you picking one or the other, or can you swap them in gameplay? You know?
Well, I guess if you have two players, I guess if you both do the wave, you can get like a part back, or upgrade something.
Most arcades were tough.
Yep.
That's how they made you spend
Let me tell you, man. I played Final Fight today on the new arcade DW, and it was just hit and continue, pumping quarters in, hit and continue, and it's so crazy because it's like that's literally there were some lives where I came back and like. The guy was like jumping on me and everything like that. And then I get like fire thrown at me, and then I die without even being able to get up and like do anything.
Yeah.
And I remember things like that in the arcade when you played that stuff, and it's like, no, they're not going to get me. And you put more quarters in, and you're just chipping away at them, and they're getting, and I'm like, it's so crazy to play that stuff. And it's so much extra work by like, I have to hit, it's your coin. I have to hit start. I have to hit select the character and all that stuff. But the fact of the matter is, like you said, it was made part of the design of the game was we want people to spend as much money as possible.
Yeah, of course.
So there were lots of cheap hits.
Yeah.
Lots of them.
That annoyed me.
Oh my gosh. Metal Slug is fantastic. But yeah, it's nuts.
If you went there with only a limited amount of like quarters, like you'd go there and you'd be like, all right, I'll be there. Your mom's going shopping and you're like, I'm going to go to the arcade for like an hour. And you're out in 15 minutes because you lost all your money.
That's the thing is you maximize and be like, what am I going to do? Am I going to go and play something that's going to last a while, or am I going to play like the 1 quarter games as opposed to 2 quarter games?
You had to really, because I used to walk around and watch the older kids play. Like, do I want to play this game? Do I want to play that game? Anyway, all right, back to our game.
Crazy.
What do we all right, so what do we say? Do we want to switch them out? Or you want to or you swap them off. One level you play this guy, and the next level you play a more.
Well, it was two players.
Oh
so
yes,
one player picks one player picks the other.
But I'm saying
it was like Contra,
right?
But
if you're playing
the blue
single
guy or the
player,
red guy, huh?
But if you're playing single player, because it's 2 different play styles, so you get to choose.
You get to pick. Yeah, you get to choose.
Yeah. Okay. So player 1 gets to pick anyone, and then player 2 would just be stuck with the next person or whatever. Okay. Yeah. One of them I like that Frankie.
The Robotron guy could be fast.
Yeah,
right?
fast with guns.
He's ranged.
And Frankie's more of a tank. It takes more hits before a part flies off.
Yeah.
And his parts are more like,
Yep.
No, I
so
like
what's
that,
what's
man.
the actual level like? Is it going to be a platformer, or is it going to be like a?
I think so.
Or is it going to be like Commando, like where you can like advance up the screen?
No, I hate those. I feel like it's got to be something like Contra. Like it's a side-scrolling. We're able to, if it's a twin-stick shooter, right? You're able.
See, but twin sticks, I don't think lends itself well to a side scroll.
To the. Well, no, that's what I'm saying.
I feel like the screen needs to scroll vertically. I know you love it.
Could we do both?
Side and that. I feel like vertical, and then at the like isometric, if anything.
Isometric definitely works for twin stick. So
yeah.
I say we do that then. The only problem I'm thinking about, the only snag I can see is having that melee, because now you got to run up to people and you got to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, forget it, man.
What if he was melee in the sense of, he throws his fist and his fist, it doesn't go off the screen or anything, but he kind of like, he punches and it kind of detaches from his body,
comes back. So it's a little bit of a range. All right, no, I think
it's a tiny bit of a range, but not much.
Yeah, okay, I got that.
You know what I mean? Like
if I was like punching you, but he can throw
stuff. Just like rip off and just go a little bit and then
I got you, and it comes back, right? And how about he throws stuff? How about he can like pick stuff up in the environment?
That's cool. And the other guy can hide behind those things.
Yeah.
So if there's like a barrier or a barricade or something like that.
Yeah.
Frankie can pick it up and throw it, but the Robotron dude can actually hide behind it or something like that. That's actually really cool.
I like that.
That's good.
I like that. And
like that?
Okay.
I think this is a good game.
And then so you're saying it's ISO, and then you can even then, but then if you're gonna do ISO, you can do side scrolling. You can do up or side then.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can use this.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think levels should be like that too, man. I think it should just be like go wherever. Also, let's talk about the wave at the end, because that's just when you're like the screen stops moving and now you're there and you got
and all those enemies start pouring out.
Okay. I like that. And then so now again, I said earlier, the whole goal is to get a large weapon, like a big something that you can use to defeat the last, the boss or whatever.
Yeah, sure.
I think we should. I think so. You have to collect
upgrade.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, maybe you need to get certain upgrades. I feel like you can make this. I think you make it like a Bionic Commando, where you can kind of go to any level you want, but there are certain levels that have certain things that you need. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And that game was like, well, you should go to like level 7, 10 and 11 before you go back to 8 and get this thing, because you can use this thing that you got in 7. You know what I mean? Like, so make it a little strategic. Although this is a arcade game, and I guess you don't want to make it too complicated.
Yeah, you don't want it to be too crazy. I just like the frantic. What am I going to get? What part am I going to get? Like if I got my arm and my leg blown off,
is it random?
What are you going to get on the next one?
Is it going to be random?
Get your arm back, or are you going to get your leg? What?
Is it going to be random then? Or is it going to be the same every time?
That's the thing. It can't be the same every time, because you might get a random part blown off.
But let's say, but so what parts are being blown off? We've got legs and arms.
We got legs, arms. I was going to say maybe like an eyeball.
Are these hits?
Well, no, because then you could get a bionic eyeball or a new eyeball, and now you can like see things before they come on the screen or something like that. You know what I mean?
Okay. I don't disagree with that, but what I'm saying is, how many hits? Is there a health bar? Oh, maybe we do a health bar. Hold on, maybe we do a health bar.
If you get your last limb blown off, you're dead.
Well, no, right. Well, here's what I'm saying. Have a health bar, and there's sections of the health bar, and you have four things that could come off of you, and we'll make it random, like you said. It could be an arm, it could be an eye, it can be a leg.
Yeah. But that's the thing, is like you could actually have both your legs blown off and have one arm and just be on the ground, just like shooting,
Right. Yeah. But I think you should have a health bar that does that, so like you can see, I'm getting close to having something shot off, because you got to give feedback to the player, otherwise they don't, Because if you're someone like me who just decides to be an idiot and just runs in the middle of everything, and I never play anything strategically.
Well, okay, so here's the thing: visual representation of hits. Ghosts and Goblins was a great game, where you had your little suit of armor, you got hit, and you were down into your skivvies now, right?
Right.
And now you knew, shoot, I got one hit left. Super Mario Brothers, same thing.
Right.
You have that visual representation. On this one, maybe we can. Maybe it's 2 hits per limb. And your first hit, maybe a bloody bandage shows up on there.
Okay.
Right? And then your next hit, you go, oh no, my arm's about to go, but shoot, my leg got hit now instead. Okay, well now my leg and my arm, now I have more of a chance for something to pop off.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I think there might be a good visual representation.
All right. Do you think the style we've created now, this isometric twin stick running around thing, obviously if you're facing one way and you get shot, you can get hit, your leg can get hit.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm just trying to think like, how would it be, now again,
I don't know if anything like that has to matter.
But we're throwing a lot of
facing the screen and something could shoot you and because it's so
eye patch, right? Yeah, good one.
Basic, it might there you go. So it might hit your knee.
Yeah, right.
It's just it doesn't have to be detailed.
No, I know. I'm just saying because of but we're throwing a lot of RNG into this, which is interesting, which is fun because you don't know.
It's gonna be fast paced. It's gonna be like, oh, there it is. I'm getting this body part back. Everything's cool.
Let me say this. Where did you say these upgrades were? Are they in the level? Or you said it's
they're at the end of the level. You get a chance to go for an upgrade. If you go through the level perfect and you don't get anything shut off, you're gonna get a piece of that weapon, right? Mm-hmm. Or maybe you can upgrade if you want to rip your arm off and put a new arm on. Maybe if you don't get it, maybe that's your incentive. If nothing happens to you throughout the level, you don't get anything blown off. You might get shot and have bandages or whatever, and eye patches or whatever.
But if you
get at the end, now you get rewarded, and you get a choice if you want to upgrade a part, or if you get a piece of a weapon or something like that. Meanwhile, if you get something shot off, all you can do, your only option is to get that back. How about that?
And this is right before we go into the wave. It's like a little, it's like a little room or a little.
Well, the wave. As long as you go through the wave, you can get the piece back.
Okay.
At the end of the level. That's all.
At the complete end.
I don't know how much longer we could talk about the same thing. But I feel like it's good, right? Frankentron 2085.
Frankentron or Frankietron?
Frankentron.
Frankentron 2085.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? You like that?
Yeah. Huh? Yeah, I like that. Yeah. All right. We did it. We made another one.
We did it. 99 of these stupid things.
We did 90. This is episode 99. Dang.
Yep, bring on 100.
Cool. All right. Yeah, we don't do many of these lately. We do, but they're fun. I like them. I miss doing it. We'll have to do a movie one next time.
We still got it.
We still got it, man. All right, cool, man. All right, listen. Anything else going on? When's the Kickstarter for it?
Indeed.
I know, yeah.
Indeed.
I know. This is,
it's a fantastic concept.
So we're looking at 99 games that we've essentially created from all these. Hey, some were good, some were bad.
Some were really good. Some were
really good. Ken and I were looking back right before all this happened, right before the world ended. Kenny and I were looking into some of the ones that we did, and yeah, there were some good ones. There were some real good ones.
Yep. We need concept art and all that stuff. So,
Oh yeah.
We're not going to be able to do it just the two of us. So, anybody out there, wink, wink, you want to get involved and do this stuff?
Yeah. So anyway, all right. Look, that's going to do it for us this time. Hey, check this out. You want to go look and see other stuff we do? Go to our social media things. It's right there. Link is sitting perfectly in that cup. I love it right there. Look at that.
Wait,
you can't tell. Well, you can't tell on the thing.
I know.
Yeah. It looks really good. I don't know how I planned that. But, so go to our social stuff. You saw it's right there. Do eating 80s, bro. Kenny, say an 80s game-related thing.
An 80s game-related thing? I was actually going to come up with something 80s right now. I was about to spew it out.
Oh, go ahead, man. I'm sorry. I didn't put you on the spot.
Hey, Robotron took place in the 80s.
It's certainly...
Robotron 2084. 2084, a year that Chris will never see.
Now, hold on. I won't say it. We're in 2020. I could live another 64 years.
Can you?
Oh, maybe not.
Maybe.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
I might get some cybernetic parts. You never know. You never know. All right, everybody. Here's to me getting cybernetic parts in the year 65.
Let's see it.
Yeah.
2065. You gotta hold on to those parts. You gotta live in those parts for another 20 years. Another 19 years.
I got another 45 years, and then I can get parts to live to 2084.
It's great. Awesome.
All right. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.